the enemy, the Caucasian, the so-called Caucasian man. Never trust the enemy, the so-called Caucasian man. All right. The first part of this book is called Columbus and the Indians and the Human Progress. That was the Columbians and the Indians, the Indians and human. When you break that word down, human, it's talking about man, like progress, making. All right, Howard Zinn, A People's History of the United States. Yeah. More than 4 million copies sold. Okay, that's historians may well view it as a step toward a coherent new version of American history. Eric Foldner, New York Times book review. Okay. I don't know who that is. I don't know if it's somebody that wrote it or what. Erect men and women, naked, 20, tiny, tiny, 20 or something, full of wonder, emerge from their villages onto the islands, beaches, and swam out to get a closer look at the strange big boat. When Columbus and his sailors came ashore carrying swords, speaking oddly, the Arabs ran to greet them. To greet them. Let me move that. I don't want that to be open here. Arabs ran to me. Okay, all right. Greet them, brought them food, water, gifts. He later wrote of this in his law. They brought us parrots and balls of cotton and spears and many other things which they exchanged for the glass beads and hawks balls. They willingly traded everything they owned. This is the Native Americans doing this for them so-called damn dogs, the so-called white men. They were well built with good bodies, handsome features. They do not bear arms and do not know them, for I showed them a sword, and they took it by the edge and cut themselves out of ignorance. They have no iron. Their spears are made of cane. They would make fine servants. See, this is what the purpose of when those so-called white men come around you. His purpose is not to really just, when they say, they talk like this here, they'll say, hey, buddy, what's going on, buddy? Can I be your friend? That's the first thing they'll say. That's the same thing. Did they tell the Native Americans that? You can't trust them. With 50 men, we could subjugate them and make them do whatever we want. See, the white man's aim is to come around you and try to destroy you. This is the reason why the Bible tells you never trust your enemy. These Arabs of the Birmingham Islands were much like Indians these Arabs of Birmingham Islands were much like Indians on the mainland who were remarkable Europeans observers. See, the observers. See, they don't come in when you. That's why. Look what happened to Sonia Mass. They just came around to their whole aim was to kill that woman. Observers, they were remarkable European observers, were to say again and again for their hospitality, their beliefs in sharing these traits did not stand out in the Europe of the Renaissance domination as it was by the religion of popes, the government of kings, the frenzy as it was by the that remarkable Western civilization and its first messengers to the American Christopher Columbus. Okay. So they aim, this is the reason why you can never trust white people, bro. Columbus wrote, as soon as I arrived in the Indians on the first island, which I found, I took some of the natives by force in order that they might learn and might give me information on whatever there is in these parts. That's why you can never ever, when the so-called white man, when you invite them to your house, they come with crafty counsel. Yeah. You can never ever trust them. Don't ever. This video is entitled "Never Trust Your Enemy," the so-called Caucasian people. I'm out. I'll be back and read some more.